So when you're ready to put some finishing touches on your tutorials, your videos that you're about ready to publish, iMovie is a great place that you can add those um, extra features that make it just a little bit better than the average, just a traditional tutorial video. If you want to add an introduction or anything like that, then this is a good place that you can try that. I've got several projects that I can open up, and I'm going to show you how you would start from the very beginning. Click the plus sign. If I choose movie, then it's going to basically just put it together and I can have full control. A trailer is already got a template that you can fill in some words, you can fill in some of the videos and photos, but it's automatically going to generate it kind of almost like a template. You just fill it in and then it puts it together for you. Those are pretty cool, but we're going to look at movies today. I can go through here and I can select any photo or video that I have in my timeline and that I want to edit. And you can see up at the top left-hand corner, this movie is the one that we just worked on and explain everything. I've already brought that in, but I would click that, and then I would down at the bottom it says create movie, one item for 7 minutes. I click that and it brings me into the timeline. I'm not gonna do that yet because I've already done it. And so I'm gonna bring that back up and I want to edit my movie. And so essentially it brings it up, and at the bottom you see another timeline. This is pretty common in video editing tools. Now there's some of the things here I'd like to edit out, like there's a lot of space at the beginning. I can play this. And me just trying to see it, you can see the videos that I had. I wasn't quite ready to start, so this was a lot of dead space here. All of this information isn't really useful. You can see the gray audio formed at the bottom, the little hill bumps and the contours at the bottom. If I get to that point and start playing it, then it's going to start, I can hear myself talking. But all of this prior to this, I don't want it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down, I'm going to select the timeline, just tap it, and I'd like to cut this almost like if you were on a film reel, you want to cut off part of it. And so I'm going to select the action key, which has already been selected. I'm going to select split, and it's going to cut those into 2 parts. Right, so this part is the part I do not want. It is extra footage, just me trying to get to the application and get ready, which I knew I was going to be able to cut this away, so I wasn't really concerned about making a picture-perfect video to start with. And so I can tap that just one time, and over down at the bottom right-hand corner you see delete. So I'm going to click trash, and then I can click play, and it goes right into the part of the video that I want to begin. And I can go through that, and all of that looks great. I don't really have any editing to do here. Okay, but I do want to cut out, I've already split it here at the end, and I wanted to end the video right about there. This part was kind of something I didn't really want to do. And so I'm going to go all the way down and figure out where I wanted to end it. I think this is the part I wanted to end it on. Yeah, right here. So I'm going to tap this. I'll tap split. And then this is the part, the last few seconds I didn't really want to keep. I'm going to click delete and then play that back. And that's, just listen to it real quick and make sure that that's the exact spot I wanted to keep it at. And then you've got your video kind of like you wanted to go. If for some reason I wanted to add audio on track of this, a lot of times I do some videos where I don't talk, I just do the problem, or I'm drawing something and I want to add some music to the background. You can see in your media file here, you can click audio, and it brings up a couple things. Soundtracks is what Apple kind of automatically populates your iMovie with, and you can download these tracks if you would like them. You have to download them to listen to them, I think. Maybe you can listen to them first. I downloaded a good number of them, and they kind of update from time to time. You can see the dots, the blue dots are things that are brand new that I actually haven't heard. And once you listen to them, they won't show up as new anymore. But you can select an audio, and so I'll just select one. What's a good one? I think I like that. Oh, I can't remember which one it is. Weekender's a good one. You click this, if you can hear the audio if you want to click it, and if you want to add it, you just click the plus sign, and it'll add that audio track at the bottom. And if I were to play this on top of it, it's going to mute the audio track, the music a little bit, because I've got audio from my video. and it may or may not be loud enough or not, but you can click the audio file and you can adjust the volume or things like that. But for this video, I really don't want audio in the background because I'm talking the whole time and I want that to be the focus. So I'm going to click that. That was something I don't want to do, and I'm going to click delete. But if you wanted audio, that's the place you can do it. You can also add different tracks that you have imported from either your laptop or you bought through iTunes. It also has some sound effects if you're making some kind of video that you wanted some other interesting effects on. There's some pretty cool stuff here that you can spend loads of time on doing. One other thing that I'll say that I like to do is in the video, let's see, I want to go into settings. That's the gear wheel at the top. And something I like to do is fade in from black and fade out to black. So what that does is it fades out real quick from the beginning, and at the end it kind of fades into your video. There's lots of other stuff here you can play with as you get to that. And that's essentially how I add music to my videos. There's also ways where you can add text and a lot of other things, but just to kind of, what I do from start to finish, this is what I would do if I'm going to create a video. That's how it fades in. If you go to the back, you can see where it fades out real quick to dark. It just makes a nice touch at the very end. You can tap the timeline. At the bottom, you can add your titles, and that'll put text over your videos. You can adjust the times, and you can also add different filters to change the tone of the video if you wanted to do it in a certain way. I don't typically use those a whole lot. Here again, I have the option of adjusting my speed of the video. Since we're bringing it in from Explain Everything does a pretty good job of that, so we really don't need to do that. If you wanted to remove the audio from the video, you can tap the video, and where it has detach audio, what it does is it will separate the audio from your video so that you can manipulate those items one at a time. And essentially that's what I would do. And once I'm done and I'm ready to publish my video, I click done. I'll title it, and so here I'll say making a movie, and I'll call it whatever I want to. But at this point, I'll click the little arrow with the square around it, and again, it's going to ask me what I'd like to do with it. At this point, this is where I tend to usually go straight to YouTube. At this point, I'm going to be making this video, and I'm going to be sharing it in some way, and so I'll title it "How to Make a Movie with iMovie." And I can share it. I usually choose the education topic, and all of these are kind of really up to you. You can tag it if you want people to be able to search it. I usually leave it as HD 720p. That's pretty common. HD 1080p is pretty, it's a lot more file size, and it's not that much better in terms of quality. I'm going to choose to have it listed as public so that anyone can see it. If it's private or unlisted, then someone has to have the link, and I don't want it I want people to see this whenever I can, whenever they want to. So I'll click share, and then the iPad and iMovie will run through that video, and it will export it, and it will share that with you. And that's the movie that I'm going to be showing you prior to making this movie, which is kind of weird that you saw this movie as I was making it, and you've already seen the movie, but whatever. Anyway, that's how you make a movie in iMovie using the video that you made in Explain Everything.